Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. Thought I would do a little bit of a tutorial with you guys. It's for this look, and I've been wearing this. I wore this like the past 2 days. It's Maybelline's Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze, which is a bronzy brown shade. And then I used my Nars Cordura eyeshadow duo on top, which is both of these colors. And I'm really liking the pairing. I like the intensity that it kind of gives. And even this shadow, like, just by itself is really, really pretty. Really pretty. So let me go ahead and get started. Now, first up, I just take a white shadow. It doesn't matter where you get it from. I pulled this one from, yes, honey, my CoverGirl Cafe au Lait palette. It's just this white one. Really, any white one will work. I'm just using it to highlight. So I'm just going to get it on here and put it up here and then bring it down a little bit over my lid. But I'm not really getting it, like, you know, I'm not packing it on or anything. I'm just making sure I have a little bit of a highlight up there before I start. Then I'm going to take a concealer brush, and this is a very large concealer brush. It's from Coastal Scents, and it's just called their concealer brush. This is, I think now they have names and numbers or something on their brushes. This is before that. This is prehistoric, before the number system. Okay, and I'm just going to take that and put it into the shadow. And I use a concealer brush because it's synthetic, so the shadow doesn't stick to it. It doesn't really adhere to concealer brushes. I find concealer brushes to be great for any kind of cream-based product. And then I'm just going to get that in here on my lid, from the base of my eyelid, like that, up into, as far as I want, like into where my crease area is, but not all the way up, just kind of right in there. And that is it for that. It's a very, very pretty, shimmery, bronzy shade. And it looks really, really pretty with anything that you pair on top of it, really. Okay, and then I'm just going to blend that out a little bit with my matte brush, just so the edges are softened a tiny bit, not too much, but just a tiny bit. Okay, next I'm going to take the lighter shade of Nars Cordura, this one right here, and I'm going to get that all over my lid on top of that Bad to the Bronze shade right here. And it just goes directly on top and then into that crease area. Like that. And I will blend that in a little bit. I think I'm getting whatever my daughter has. She got sick Friday. I dropped her off at school. She had a cough, but she didn't have a fever. But she was crying, and she's been crying every day this week because she doesn't want to go to school. And I, you know, got her to school and everything, and then, okay, I'm going to take this darker shade right here and get it onto just a smaller brush, and that's just going to go into the outer corner of my eyelid and just a little in towards the center, but just mostly in the outer area. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I got her to school, and then I got to work, and I sat down, I flipped open my computer, you know, I got everything going, got ready to really kind of start my work day, and then her school called, and she was in the office, and she had like a low-grade fever, and she was crying, and I said, okay, I'll go get her. So I had to leave the office, go and get her, and then I just took her back to the office with me. I'm going to blend that dark color in. So she spent Friday with me, and then because I could not, there was no way that I would make it to her doctor's office by Friday, and then Monday is a holiday. Today's a holiday for them. Not for me, I still have to go to work, but it's a holiday, so they're closed. So I didn't want to go the entire weekend into Tuesday with her being so sick, because her cough is like a bronchitis cough. So I took her to CVS has those minute clinics. I took her there because I figured, well, if it's the flu or something like that, you know, at least I'll know, and it's not like a bronchitis, you know, something in her lungs. So that's what I did, and they tested her for like strep throat, they tested her for the flu, and she was negative for all of that. So they ended up just telling me it's a cough, you know, just give her some cough syrup and Advil for the fever, and then, you know, that's it. So that's what I did, but she's been super, super bad since then. No more fever, thankfully, but the cough is so bad. She coughs so hard that she starts to gag, and it's just like, because there's nothing, I mean, I can't do anything except give her, you know, cough syrup, and then I put her in the, we have a steam shower. I put her in the shower and put the steam on. She's terrified of that. Both my kids are, of the steam shower, because the whole shower just, you know, becomes nothing but steam. And it's great. I love it. I like it for my pores. And I also like it when I'm congested. And so that helps her a little bit, but just not, you know, she still has this cough and it's just so bad. Okay, I wiped away any fallout. That's what I do when I'm done. And now I'm going to apply mascara. If I can curl my lashes. Brother, please don't pull everything out of there. My son plays on the floor right here, and he pulls every pot and pan that I have out of the cabinet. Anyway, so I know my son is going to become sick at any moment because he's just in such close proximity to my daughter, and I was so mad because Friday night I was sitting on the couch with my daughter, and she, you know, she's sick, so she's very needy, and I was holding her, and she sneezed, and when she sneezed it landed right here, and I was like, so I jumped up and I like washed my face, and she's like, I'm so sorry I got you sick. I said, oh, it's not your fault. You know, she thinks it's her fault that she gets sick, and I have to tell her, you know, it's not your fault. We can just, all we can do is wash our hands, you know, and be careful, you know, about what we put near our faces, but that's it. You know, you can't prevent yourself from getting sick, really. You just, you know, it's not your fault. She thinks it's her fault. She was bad or something as she got sick. So anyway, and I knew the moment that she sneezed on me, I was like, oh great, it's only a matter of like a day or two before I get sick. And thankfully I haven't really had anything. My throat is very sore this morning, and that's how it started for her. She started just complaining of a sore throat for about 2 days before her cough started, and then that was Friday morning, and then she had a fever like pretty rapidly after that. So I've been like chugging the vitamin C 2 times a day. What? And then that, and you know, they say when you work out, like run and, you know, you work out, that your immune system is a little better. So I find that I really don't get sick as often because I do work out so much, but still, you know, it doesn't really prevent you completely. So I do feel like I'm coming down with something. Apparently it's just a cold. I don't expect to get the flu because I got a flu shot. Although, now that I've said that out loud, I'm sure I will probably end up getting it. My kids don't have flu shots though, which my husband and I go back and forth, like literally go back and forth on. I get my flu shot because I got the flu the first year that I had a baby with Eva, and I literally woke up one morning and felt like a freight train had run over me, and I could not function for 2 days, and I had a newborn, and I felt so bad about it. My husband literally had to take my daughter to his parents' house, and his mom basically took care of my daughter for like 2 days because I couldn't even move. I couldn't even lift my arms. And after that, I was like, never again. Never again. And, you know, I'm not going to do it. I have a really hard time. And I know, you know, it's okay to ask for help or to, you know, need your family, I guess, occasionally. But I have a very hard time saying, here's my daughter, you know, or here are my kids, take care of them. Just to go to dinner, like with my husband, you know, it's just, I'm on pins and needles the whole time because I'm thinking, okay, you know, I know they're going to behave. I'm not worried about my daughter, you know, being bad or saying something, or, you know, I'm not worried about them misbehaving because they're really good kids and they behave, you know, when they're with us. And usually if your kids behave when they're with you, it's pretty good because most kids act up when they're with their parents and are really good when they're with other people. And my kids, thankfully, you know, they're pretty good. So I'm never worried about what they're going to do or, you know, something's going to happen. It's just one of those, I don't like to inconvenience other people, and I don't like to inconvenience my in-laws or even my own parents that much. I'm constantly like, you know, I'm so used to having my kids with me all the time that it's very difficult for me to just say, hey, here's my kids, you know, take care of them. And I don't know, you know, I mean, I don't know. I know people who can go, you know, on trips for a week or, you know, a weekend and leave their children and be fine with it. And I'm not at that point yet. I'm just not. I don't know, you know, they're only going to be this little one time, and I just feel like I savor it. I really do. I feel like I just want them with us all the time. And my husband, thankfully, is the same way. My husband has a very difficult time throwing his kids to somebody to take care of. I mean, literally, like, it's like, you know, these are our children. We had them. We're responsible for them, and we just feel like, you know, they belong with us. So even, you know, when we're sick, it's hard to say, here, help, you know. And that one time, it was like the most difficult thing. After that, I said, no more. I'm not getting the flu. I'm not going to go through this anymore. So I started getting the flu shot. And I've been, you know, I have not gotten sick because of it every year. But my children, on the other hand, my husband's like, I don't want them to, you know, we go back and forth, literally back and forth. So they don't have it. And I'm nervous because, you know, every other year it's been fine because my kids have just been with me. But this year my daughter's in school, and I know that from when she started school to now, she's been sicker. Poor thing. She's been sicker more than she ever has. And I know that's expected because she's around a bunch of other children, you know, and they pass things back and forth. But I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm waiting for the flu to run through that school, and I just know that she's going to end up contracting it or something, or, you know, just having it. So I'm going back and forth. I feel like we should have gotten the flu shot, at least for her, because she's going to be exposed to it more than my son will. But then it would have defeated the purpose because my son would get it eventually. I don't know. I don't know what the right and wrong answer to that whole argument is. But for me, I get it because I'm not suffering through it. And I really, if, you know, I do not want my kids to have to suffer through it. And I feel like there's a vaccine for it. You shouldn't, you know, force yourself to suffer through it. But at the same time, I know all the arguments for it. Anyway, okay, so I'm done with that. I'm going to run this under here to get rid of the mascara. Wow, I'm sorry. I totally went off on a tangent. And then it's something that is so controversial because people either love or hate the flu shot or inoculations in general, right? Okay, so, and I've brushed away anything that I had fall out from. And this is the finished product. I have Max Pink Swoon on my cheeks, and then on my lips, I've got this Smashbox lip gloss. It's called Spiceberry. It's a really pretty color. Boy, the squirrels are going crazy today. They're outside running around. Okay, so that is the completed look. It's a very pretty bronzy kind of color. I have right there, I just saw it right here. Mascara. Did I get it? Okay. I will probably have to do that better in the mirror because I can't see. But I cleaned up the mascara. I just use my pencil brush from the MAC one. It's like a 219. Okay, I'm gonna go because the kids are both in the kitchen now and it's gonna get very loud. What's wrong? You still sick? You feel bad? Okay. Why don't you go sit down on the couch and relax? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Mom?
Yes, honey?